Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm Qocaman. President İlham received President and Chief Executive Officer of Boeing Commercial Airplanes Stanley Deal. On behalf of Boeing, President and Chief Executive Officer of Boeing Commercial Airplanes, Stanley Deal expressed gratitude to the head of state for his leadership in cooperation with Azerbaijan, stressed that they managed to implement all business with Azerbaijan. President İlham noted the successful cooperation of our republic with Boeing Company, touched upon the role of this cooperation in the development of our airlines. The head of state announced the construction of new airports in the territories liberated from the occupation, stressing that in this regard our aircraft fleet will be expanded. President İlham noted that several airports had been built in Azerbaijan and 3 more airports will be built in the liberated territories. The head of state stressed that the first airport, the construction of which began several months ago in the territories liberated from the occupation, will be commissioned in September. Stanley Deal said that this was very important and the work was progressing very fast. President İlham also noted the potential of our country's cargo aircraft fleet and spoke about the possibilities for cooperation in this area. I'm confident that our successful cooperation will continue. You also helped us in the development of the cargo aircraft fleet, said President İlham, stressing that Azerbaijan was among the leading countries in terms of capacity of cargo air fleet. This is commendable, given the honor of being the best in air cargo transportation in 2020 and the fact that this process began 20 years ago. And you have already become a leader in this business, stated President and Chief Executive Officer of Boeing Commercial Airplanes. The head of state regarded this as a great achievement because not many countries in our region have such a powerful fleet of aircrafts for cargo transportation. This helps Azerbaijan and serves cooperation, said President İlham Əliyev. Stanley Deal stressed that the ability to carry out cargo transportation was a strategic issue. On April 28th, on the initiative of the President of the World Economic Forum, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Əliyev, met via video conference with President of the Forum, Borge Brende. President of the World Economic Forum, Borge Brende, conveyed the greetings of the forum's founder and executive chairman, Klaus Schwab, to the head of state. President İlham sent Klaus Schwab's greetings and asked to convey his greetings to the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. During the meeting, it was noted that long-term fruitful cooperation had been established between our country and the World Economic Forum, and that Azerbaijan actively participated in a number of initiatives of the World Economic Forum as a part cooperation. It was noted that Azerbaijan and the World Economic Forum are successfully cooperating in the development of the non-oil sector in our country. President İlham briefed Borge Brende on infrastructure projects and investments attracted in our liberated territories. The head of state said that the reconstruction process was underway in those areas. A huge work, a light-headed and large area would be completely rebuilt. It was noted that the main focus of efforts now will be reconstruction of the territories, which will also give impetus to the non-energy sector, especially construction, emphasizing that the foundation of the villages to be reconstructed with smart village concept had been laid 2 days ago. The head of state noted that the liberated territories had been declared as a green zone, that concept of smart city and smart village would be applied in those areas, and that master plans would be developed for those areas. Adding that infrastructure projects related to production, electricity, highways, railways and airports are underway, the head of state touched upon the prospects of cooperation with the World Economic Forum in this field. During the conversation, the parties also underlined the measures taken in Azerbaijan to combat the pandemic, and the positive ratio of people recovering in the country in recent days was assessed as a positive development. It was noted that vaccination has started in Azerbaijan. 14% of the population have already been vaccinated. Very important and global measures had been taken at the initiative of our country in connection with the pandemic. Azerbaijan provided humanitarian and financial assistance to more than 30 countries, and that one of the issues raised by Azerbaijan nationally and in its capacity as the chair of the non-aligned movement was the fair distribution of vaccines in the world. During the conversation, the activities of the affiliate of the Centers of the Fourth Industrial Revolution Network of the World Economic Forum were highlighted. The head of state expressed gratitude for the establishment of the first such center in the CIS region in Baku, noting the role of the center in terms of diversifying the economy and continuing reforms, as well as attracting investments. It was noted that the center had been founded in Davos in 2020 with the signing of a letter of intent by President of Azərbaycan İlham and President of the World Economic Forum dövründə. Close cooperation with the World Economic Forum had already been ensured to organize the activities of the center. At the initial stage, analysis of artificial intelligence and the digital economy were being conducted. President İlham invited dövründə to visit Azerbaijan and get acquainted with the activities of the center. Noting that now great attention is paid to the education of the younger generation, President İlham thanked dövründə for the opportunity created for Azerbaijani youth to participate in the initiatives and programs of the World Economic Forum as interns. Noting that there is a good environment in our country to attract investment, dövründə stressed that the Azerbaijani youth had been excellent and expressed hope that they would contribute to the diversification of the Azerbaijani economy. The revengeful forces in Armenia have raised their head yet again, accusing us and making territorial claims. I want to warn them from here to stop these ugly deeds, so they will face a bitter end. Visiting the deliberated Jabrayil and Zangilan regions, President İlham made another warning to the defeated side trying to destabilize the region and said that Azerbaijan state borders would continue to be protected at the highest level.
Azerbaijan successfully continues reconstruction work in the liberated territories. The foundation laid by President İlham for a number of new infrastructure facilities in Jabrayil and Zangilan regions indicate that the process will continue to expand. However, the enemy, full of hatred, is using all possible means not to fulfill the obligations arising from the November 10th statement and is making baseless territorial claims against Azerbaijan. Attending the opening of a new military unit of the State Border Service in Jabrayil region, the head of state for the last time warned the forces making revanchist statements in Armenia. Now the enemy must clearly understand what awaits it in response to its provocations. We showed who was who during the patriotic war. An iron fist crushed the enemy's head. The recent military provocation against our border guards in the direction of Zangilan on the Azerbaijani-Armenian border should be the last such attempt. We showed restraint and did not respond to this provocation, but this is the last warning. If a similar attempt is made again, the enemy will be destroyed on the spot. The protection of state borders and the prevention of any provocation will play an exceptional role in ensuring safe return of the population to their native lands as part of the Great Return process, as well as in the development of the region and its transport and communication center. As President emphasized, in order to make the cities of the region, including Shusha, the most beautiful cities in the world, reconstruction work must be carried out as soon as possible, as it will also have a direct impact on the flow of tourists and ultimately on the region becoming an economic hub. Given that Karabakh is rich in natural resources, the return of population and the discovery of the region's potential can also play a key role in foreign investment traffic. The geographical location of Zangilan district and the opportunities available here of course create opportunities for turning Zangilan into an international transport and logistical hub. It is no coincidence that the airport will be built in Zangilan, because if you look at the geographical situation, everyone can see that the three international airports to be built in Fizuli, Zangilan, and then in Lachin region will cover the whole of Karabakh and the eastern Zangezur zone, including Zangilan. The Arab state is quite insistent on the implementation of the Zangezur corridor project, and Armenia uses various methods of influence to prevent this project. The aim is not to fulfill any point until the early parliamentary elections scheduled for June 20th and to block the provisions of the Capitulation Act due to the intervention of international forces. So the enemy is first of all trying to prevent the implementation of the Zangezur corridor project. A railway will be built from Horadiz to Erband. After that, the railway will be extended through the Zangezur corridor to the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. Zangilan belongs to the East Zangezur region from a geographical point of view and is located in East Zangezur. West Zangezur is also our historical land, and the Zangezur corridor will pass through that land. Thus, the main part of Azerbaijan will be connected with the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic by rail. The Azerbaijani state will definitely implement the Zangezur corridor project, whether Armenia likes it or not. It is true that even though the Armenian lobby, with its fake genocide and certain agitation, raised around the policy of Turkey pursued in South Caucasus is clinging its hopes that international forces will support the Armenian side if the situation escalates, as President İlham Aliyev declared in Jabrayil and Zengilan, in case the terms of the statement are not implemented and the war rhetoric is heavily used, Armenia will remain face-to-face with another iron fist.
Armenia, the real threat to Azerbaijan and the entire region, said chairman of Turkish Grand National Assembly at the event initiated by the Parliament of Turkmenistan on the role of parliamentarians in strengthening international security and peace, held via video conference. The fact of occupation of Azerbaijani lands by Armenia has been confirmed by international organizations, and Turkey always supports the just position, Mustafa Şentop added, stressing that his country's support for Azerbaijan is not only an indicator of friendship and brotherhood of the two states, but also evidence of the justification of Baku's position against the background of a threat to regional peace. The Speaker of the Turkish Parliament noted that Turkey is ready to contribute to the security of other countries to fight for peace and stability in the international arena, stating that Ankara can implement initiatives to resolve conflicts in the region and the world. Mustafa Şentop said that apart from supporting the efforts of the UN and regional organizations to build capacity, bilateral programs are being implemented with individual states, as well as agreements on cooperation in the field of defense and security are being signed. Turkey is open for cooperation, the Speaker of the Turkish Parliament underscored. 1,402 more cases of coronavirus infections have been recorded in Azerbaijan. 2,238 people recovered after treatment and were released home. 32 people have died after testing positive for COVID-19. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 316,521 with 285,024 recoveries and 4,461 deaths. The number of active infections is 27,036. To detect infection cases, overall 3,218,111 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan. The task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.